Hey, welcome to day 2 of Unit 6, Week 1. We're in Death Valley. You just saw the landscape. We're at the campground, and so I just thought I'd do a couple more words here for you. So make sure that you've got your paper from yesterday. Make sure you're ready to go. And let's get started. Remember, we're doing this to make you better readers and writers and better communicators. I think that's important. All right, the next word that we have for this week is intercept. Intercept. Say it, write it. Okay, your definition for intercept is if you intercept something, you stop it from moving from one place to another. So you intercept it, you get it. It doesn't move anymore, but you keep it from going from one place to another. All right, pause it. All right. Your example is, I jumped up to intercept the pass and prevent a touchdown by the other team. How cool is that? I thought that was pretty cool too. All right, say it, write it. Okay, and here's your question. In what other sports might you intercept a ball? Think of some other sports that you might have played or that you see on TV, something like that. All right? Okay, pause the video and write it. Hey, we're still in Death Valley. Let me show you. This is our big map at the Visitor Center. Death Valley Junction, that's where we were at a little bit earlier. And then here we are right now. Furnace Creek, right there, Death Valley. All right, so our next word is operations. Say it. Okay, go ahead, pause it. All right, and so your example or your definition of operations is operations are plans or processes for doing something. So getting ready for camping, this is kind of an operation. All right, pause it, write it. The example we're going to use is the crew of workers began operations to clean up after the disaster. All right, pause it, write it. All right, and here's your question. What other operations might help in a disaster? That's kind of important to know. All right, right. Hey. Okay, so we've got another word that we've got to do. I think we've got a couple more words we've got to do. So our next word is recruits. Recruits. Say it. Okay, pause the video. All right, your definition for recruits is recruits are new members of the armed forces. New members of the armed forces. Got it? Okay, pause it, write it. Now the example we're going to use is an officer addressed the recruits as they prepared for training. He addressed the recruits. Who are they? Think about it. Okay, write it. Write your example. Pause the video. And here's the question I've got for you. What kinds of services look for new recruits? Think about this. Where am I? Do they need recruits? Think about that. All right. Okay. Pause it. Answer the question. All right. Now, here is your last word. And this kind of goes with being in Death Valley. It does. Cool. Survival is your last word. Write it. Survival, your definition for survival is the act of continuing to live. Continuing to live. Can you imagine why they call this place Death Valley? Yeah, I think so. Go ahead and pause it and write that. All right, your example is a first aid kit, a blanket, and water are important for survival in an emergency. All right. Pause it, write it. And here's your last question for the unit of 6, the week 1 vocabulary. What other items are important for survival in an emergency? We already had first aid kit, we already had blanket, we also had water. So what other items are important for survival in an emergency? Think about it. Write more than one. Don't just write one. And make sure you restate the question in your answer and write sentences. Don't write just one. Write a couple. Tell me a couple things. All right? Okay, pause this video and write it or answer that question. All right, so that's your video for today. So make sure that you've got everything ready. Look at that, 90 degrees. It's March. It says right here, sometimes it's up to 140 degrees. We're 190 feet below sea level. Check that out, below. Isn't that amazing? Pretty amazing. Make sure that you're ready for the next videos for next week because I got more places to show you in Death Valley. Lots more.